Are you interested in setting up an Amazon or maybe a Shopify business? And you're probably asking yourself, should you be a sole trader or should you be a limited company? Well, stick around because in this video, I'm just going to outline my thoughts on it and you can take it or leave it, but I'm going to give you my key points of why I think you should do one versus the other, right? So let's get in there. First things first, I am going to talk about financial separation. I'm pronouncing that wrong. So a sole trader means that you, the person like me, Peter Langley, I am actively doing the trading. I am buying the product. I am funding the ads. I am, running the website. I'm doing everything from my own personal name. The monies are coming into and out of my personal bank account. Even if I set up a different bank account, it is still all, personal finances, right? And now this can get quite messy, right? I love when I'm involved in a business venture that I'm able just to say, okay, that's an investment of 2,000, 3,000, whatever it is. I'm able to put that in and then I'm able to like box it off and I don't need to think about it anymore. So I have my day-to-day spending and then I have my business spending. They're completely separate. Like I could have no money in my personal account and I could have thousands in my business account and I do not view them as the same. Now, that's really, really important because I think, if that all got muddied, you could go and buy new curtains for the house. You could buy a new car. You could, go on a nice holiday. You could do all these things. And then suddenly you come to the point where you need to buy replacement stock and you're like, I don't have enough money, right? Whereas if you'd left all that money in a separate business, right, you couldn't just take it out and spend it on yourself personally. Like that would be seen as a loan. Like you would have borrowed that money from the company. And because of that, you would have the money to spend on the stock replacement, right? Now, that really is probably the first reason why I would always err on the side of you're better off with a limited liability company, right? But this takes me on to point number two. And this is liability protection. And the clue is in the name. If you are a sole trader, you are, in essence, it is you personally that is selling the product. If, for example, someone sued you because they got hurt with the product, you would personally be liable. Now, I know you can get insurance to protect yourself and all this kind of stuff, but again, you will be personally liable and all your assets. So if you have a home, if you have a car, if you have like a prize watch collection, whatever it is, it could be taken off you in order to pay, the claimant, right? It could all disappear, right? Whereas when you set up a limited liability company, you put, for example, 2,000 euros or pounds into this business to get set up, to buy your first bit of stock, to get everything up and running, you would only be liable to that amount, right? Which means that if, for example, there was a 20,000 bill, they wouldn't take your house to recoup the extra 18,000. You would only lose the two, right? Again, I know this is all unlikely to happen, but I think it's worth bearing in mind. That is one of the key reasons why, people that are, in business choose not to go down the sole trader route and choose instead to become a limited liability company, or it's known as an LLC in the US, for example, right? So that's my second point of why I recommend limited liability company. I think you guys know where this is going, right? The final one is long-term scalability. Look, if you set up a business or decide to go into business, you should do that with the intention it's going to be a success. And you should also do this in a way that, you'd like it to be run. And I don't know about you, but I don't want to be running my business as a sole trader. I want to be running it as a proper business. The only way a proper business runs is as a limited liability company, right? Well, by and large, right? This gives me advantages insofar as we talked earlier about financial separation. We're also now going to be able to talk about, like, if, for example, I decide, in 5 years' time, the business has gone really well. I've built up a brand. I've got consistent sales, consistent revenue. I can do my books and I could show them to potential investors. I could show them to potential buyers. And then they could go, you know what, Peter, I like what you've done, right? I will buy your business off you. And I could sell that business to them, right? And I could just easily transfer it over, right? We could do the deal, transfer it over. Whereas if I was doing that as a sole trader, it'd be much, much, much more confusing. Like who owns the trademark IPs? Who owns like the Seller Central account? Who owns, so many other things, right? Whereas when it's all a limited liability company, I can just easily transfer all that over. So if you are, as I said, considering, becoming a Shopify seller, an Amazon seller, just, selling products online, running a proper business, 100% set up a limited liability company. Cost, I believe in the UK, it's about £12. Ireland isn't that expensive either. It can be up and running in a day. You get your own bank account set up. Like, it's just so much better than trying to mess with your own private accounts, and it just doesn't work, guys. Do it properly, please. You'll thank me for it later. And if you enjoyed this video, please hit subscribe. If you want me to make videos on any topics at all, please put it down in the comments. I will, of course, make them. In the meantime, take care, have a great day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.